My name is Riz and welcome to my workout channel. Today I have for you a festive workout. A Thanksgiving workout, a lazy turkey workout, whatever you want to call it. The purpose of this workout is just to get moving. Maybe we feel a little bloated or maybe a little fluffy after a week or two of eating all that delicious, wonderful food. And so the purpose of the workout is just to get back into your fitness routine, but start off in a gentle kind of transition. There are no repeats in the workout. You can dress comfortably. The likeliness of you sweating is very small. Join me on the mat for a gentle warm-up. So lying on our backs, we are going to take our knees and we're going to drop them to the left and then drop them to the right. Kind of just open our hips up. And breathe. Finish it up on each side. And done. Getting onto all fours, we're going to go into a cat-cow. So this exercise is perfect for kind of priming the spine. So we're going to go into cow, look up to the sky, or cat, whatever you like to call it. Inhale, exhale, arch your back, looking down on the ground. Kind of hollowing out, pushing away from the ground. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round your back. Switch between this, back and forth. Last one, inhale, arching, exhale, rounding. Sitting on your heels, placing our left hand onto the ground, our right hand behind our head. We are going to open up, look up to the sky, look back down, touch each elbow, and then repeat. You're kind of pressing that left elbow into the ground. As you look up into the sky, the likeliness of you sweating this workout is small, but even though we may not be sweating or pushing ourselves too far, we really want to warm up our body to kind of let our bodies know that we're going to be moving it into different directions. Switch off to the other side. Warm-ups are extremely important, going through the necessary ranges of motion, and kind of this is the perfect time to check into your body, see how you feel. Maybe it may tell you to go a little light on the weights or the reps or the sets. Maybe your knee hurts, your back hurts. It's just the perfect time to kind of check in. Lying on our backs, again, we are going to place our feet at a distance where you can still touch your heels, pressing into the ground through your heels and your toes. You're going to lift up off the ground, your hips to the sky. You're squeezing your glutes here, your core is engaged, your head is on the ground, and then you're going to come back down. And then you're going to repeat this. Inhale, coming up, holding, exhale. Really control this movement. Today, even though it is going to be a relaxed workout and the purpose of this workout is going to be for movement, we still want to control each move and not rush the exercises, because we want to really reap the benefits of each exercise. We also want to prevent any injuries so we can come back to our next workout feeling great. Coming up for the last time, hold and set down. All right, so that's it for our gentle warm-up. Laying on your right side, I'm going to go ahead and get the timer ready. If you'd like, you can have water present with you, or you may add a band, whichever you like, or a dumbbell if you would like to take this workout a little more seriously. All right, laying on your right side, you can use your hand to prop up your head, flexing your foot. You're going to lift your leg in the air and then lower down. Now, we're targeting our glutes and our hips here, so you kind of want to don't want to be totally straight in this position, but move your feet a little closer towards you as you come up, so you get a little more of that glute work, like so, and then lower down. All right, setting up the timer, and let's begin. We're going for 40 seconds. Really take your time here. You can go quick on the up, but hold here, and then lower down. If you like, if it starts to burn, you don't have to push yourself too hard. You can take breaks, but just know that we will have a rest after these 40 seconds. Last one, hold, keeping that foot flexed and lower down. All right. Coming back up, we're going to switch on the other side. And let's begin. So your rest time will be the moments where I demo the exercises. So you'll get a good amount of rest. Really keep that foot flexed, that leg is straight. You don't have to go super high. Last one, hold, and lower. Okay, next we have a bird dog. I meant to do this for the first exercise, but I forgot. But no worries. So for our bird dog, we're going to be on all fours. Make sure your knees and your feet are aligned, so your feet are not in or outwards, but straight. Your hands are under your shoulders. And then all you're going to do is you're going to lift your left leg and then your right hand. Come back down and off to the other side. So you're doing opposite hand, opposite leg. Our core is engaged. We're not super arched. We're not rounding our back excessively. We're engaging our core. Our back is flat. It's important to engage your core for this specific exercise, especially because it becomes a bit redundant if you don't the exercise becomes kind of pointless. So make sure your core is engaged. We're focusing on balance here, working our core and some of our glutes. So setting up the timer. Let's begin. Really take your time. If you're wobbly, that's fine. You don't have to rush. We're focusing on our posture in this movement, how our spine is. We're focusing on doing the exercise right. Make sure you hold a bit at the top. Prove that you have that balance. Come back down. And that's it. Next, we're going to go into a fire hydrant. So for the fire hydrant, all you're going to do is you're going to lift your leg like this and then come back down. For this, we're going to go back and forth with opposite sides. So we're going to go like this, lift, come down, and then off to the other side. The purpose of this is to get some glute and hip work in. You may feel your arms burning a little. You might feel your abs burning a little, but the purpose of this is for our glutes. So setting up the timer, let's take a deep breath. And let's begin. Really pause and hold at the top. Breathe. Almost done. Finish up on both sides. And done. All right. For our next movement, we're going to be lying on our backs. Like so. In this starfish-like position, we're going to take our right hand and placing our left hand on the ground, this nice firm, our fingers are spread, this nice firm stance. And then using this hand to kind of push us up a little, we're going to touch our toe. So what this is going to look like is you're going to come up and touch your foot. You're going to come back down and then off to the opposing side. If this is a little too much for you, you can just lift up, touch the opposite side of you, like so. So you can kind of play with that, each movement, you know, whatever you feel comfortable with. You can take it a step above. You can come up, hold your foot, whatever you feel comfortable with. So setting up the timer. Remember, we're doing this exercise only once, so you can ramp it up if you like. Let's begin. Really squeeze that core, not overly arching our back. You'll notice there's a gentle twist here. I'm looking at the opposite direction. Inhale, exhale. That is the breath pattern for the specific exercise. If you find you may be sweating and that's not your goal, just slow down. Slow it down. Last one. And done. All right. Next we have plank knee touches. So, we're going to get into plank position. Okay, sorry. What this looks like is you're going to be on your elbows, taking your feet out, dropping your hips slightly. My core is engaged, and this is the plank. So for the plank, You want to make sure you're squeezing your glutes, you're squeezing your quads, you're really pushing your elbows into that floor to kind of reinforce you and help you lift off of the ground. My back is not excessively arching or super rounded. There is a hip tuck that's happening here. So you see how I'm in this exaggerated arch, and you see how over here I'm bending forward. We want this tuck, so somewhere in the middle. So you see how I'm exaggeratedly arched, and then I'm tucking in my hips. So I'm scooping my bum or pulling it to the ground to kind of tuck in our hips. That's how we want it to feel like when we were in that plank position. And that's going to help us really connect with our core and squeeze it. So we're in this plank position. You can kind of play around here. If you're not trying to do too much work, then you can spread your feet out wide. The wider you spread your feet, the easier it will be. So we're in this plank position, and then we're dropping our knees to the ground, resting here, and then coming back up. If this is like, no, I'm here to do some work because I'm lazy, okay, I want to do lazy exercises, that's fine. You can get into this plank right here where arms are straight, come to the ground into all fours, and then come back up. The same rules apply to this more standing plank. My core is engaged, I'm squeezing my glutes, I'm pushing off the ground, I'm not scrunching up, I'm not, don't freak out here, we're not scrunching up. We're keeping our neck nice and long. All right, setting the timer up, and let's begin. So dropping our knees to the floor, come back up. You can rest here when you drop your knees, that's fine. And breathe. Push those elbows in to stay up off of the floor. One more time. Hold. And come back down. See? That was easy. All right, next we're gonna go into our next set of exercises. So you're halfway through the workout now. We're gonna be amping things up a little bit more because sometimes thinking about working out kind of makes us feel unmotivated. It's kind of like, oh, maybe if you even make up your own workouts, it can just kind of feel a bit daunting. But once you start exercising, maybe how small it is, you may realize that you actually have the energy to put in more work. Don't worry, these exercises are not like insane, but we are going to be coming up off of the ground. So for our first exercise, we're going to go into a standing bird dog. What that looks like is we're going to get onto one leg. So I'm on all my pressure and weight is on one leg. You're going to come forward. As I'm hinging forward, as I'm pushing my hips back, my right leg is lifting off the ground. My left hand is straight and my right hand comes up. Like so. And then we're going to reset in this tall standing position. So for this standing bird dog, instead of doing, you can do opposite hand, opposite leg if you'd like so. That's much harder. But if you want to make it a little easier for yourself, you can lift the same leg and same hand on the same side. We're pushing our hips back. We're engaging our core. Hold on to a wall. Hold on to a stick, okay? Like, you don't have to really push yourself if you don't want to. We're really working on controlling the movement and controlling our balance. So we're going to do a set of reps on one side, and then for the next set, we're switching to the other. So setting up my timer. Let's begin. So I'm coming down, and I'm setting back up. If you only get like to here and that's all you can maintain, that's fine. You know, all levels are welcome for this workout. Maybe not true beginners, but people who have at least done 3 workouts, or 1 maybe. Last one, really pushing my glutes back, lifting my leg up, and then coming back down. So shake it all out, shake out all the all the little burn that you felt. You'll feel that, you know, glute work in your left as well as your right. You'll feel your calves burning, you know, these are normal. So getting into position. So we're coming up, our right hand, our left hand is kind of dead here. We're hinging, pulling us back, then coming back up. You can use the opposite hand, your opposite leg, whatever you like, whatever works for you. All right, let's begin. Try to keep your leg and your spine aligned. So if you've been doing this for a while, then you'll have it. You know, it should look like a nice horizontal line. I usually do these in front of the mirror so I can check, but you're really pushing the glutes back. Your core is engaged, because if your core isn't engaged, then you'll lose your balance. Hold, and then come back up. All right. Next we have side lunges. So it's that same kind of pattern of pushing our hips back. So I'm stepping to the right, and as I lower down my knee, my right knee is bending, I'm pushing my hips back. You can touch the floor, and then come back up. So you're in this star-like position. You can go as wide or as close as you want, whatever is your mobility, whatever feels comfortable for you. And you're just coming down, you're touching the mat, and then coming back up. You're really pushing your hips back here. If you like, if you want to get snazzy with it, if you're feeling the burn, you can come down as low as you want. So you see how I'm kind of dipping down now and I'm coming back up? Those are much harder. So play around, whatever's comfortable for you, as long as both heels are planted off the floor. On the floor. The moment you feel your heels start to lift, stop. We want our heels and our big toes planted on the floor. So starting up the timer. Let's begin. So we're doing the same amount of reps on each side. Push your hips back. Make sure your knees aren't caving in. Make sure your knees are aligned with your toes. So what that means is look down. How does your knees look like? How do they look? Are they going in too much? Are they going out too much? Position your feet according so. Last one. And done. All right, let's take nice one big breath. And exhale. Just moving here. We're moving and we're grooving. All right. Take a sip of water. All right, let's begin. really pushing off with your heel and your big toe. Some people may push off of their heel, and kind of, you may notice their toes come off the ground. We don't want that, because what that creates is imbalances. You know, we want to be balanced. We want to feel that strength between that heel and that big toe. Last one. And done. All right. So, join me on the mat. The likeliness of us getting up again is small. We're also going to end the workout on the mat, so the next 2 exercises are going to be on the ground. All right. So, for our next exercise, we're doing kickouts. Look, they can seem intimidating, but I promise you the ones that we're going to do, the ones that we are going to be doing are less intimidating, more relaxing. So, you're in all fours here. We know this position. We did this position in the warm-up. We did this position for the first couple of exercises. So, you're in this all fours position. Tucking your toes, you're going to come up off the ground. So, what this looks like is this. How I got to this is by pushing my heels, by pushing my palms into the floor, turning my elbows in so my elbows are facing behind me. So I don't know if you can see that well. So my elbow is facing you, and now I'm turning it. You may not have the same mobility, but if you do, try it. So I'm turning my elbows in, I'm pushing through my palms, my toes are tucked, and I'm pushing through my heels. I'm engaging my core. It's a lot of cues, but trust me, it makes all the difference. Pushing the world away, I come up. So that's what it looks like. As we come up, you're going to pivot like so on your right leg. So you're turning your leg out. So a kick out is when your opposite leg comes through the space that you're creating here. So as I'm creating this space for my opposite leg to come through, I'm pivoting my foot. So now my pressure's on my right leg and my left palm. I'm kicking my foot out, and then I'm gonna sit down here. So we're in this nice kind of chill position, and then we're gonna come back up, and then we're gonna go off to the other side. So for normal kickouts, usually when you come up here, you would kind of do this hold, you know? It's this kind of intense hold. But for this kick out, we're just gonna rest our heel here. It's chill, we're chilling, you know? If you'd like, you can reset and place your knees on the ground. So, if you wanna amp it up, you know what to do. You're gonna keep that leg lifted. You know, you might stay in this position a little longer. Whatever works for you. This is your workout, so you're gonna maneuver it, you know, change it up how it feels. So, getting the timer ready. I'm so out of breath from literally talking, not even from exercising, but just talking so much. All right, so getting the timer ready. We're in all fours, coming up, kicking out, resting. So you can chill here for like 2 seconds, reset, and then off to the other side. This exercise can actually be pretty fun when you kind of got the basics down, because all you're doing is really just shifting your weight here. You're kind of playing with gravity here, you know. It's not like you're holding anything, you know. The only moment you're probably holding is when you're in that all fours position, but you're kind of just pressing your force, moving your energy different directions. Coming back into all fours, and done. All right. Next, we have our last exercise. So, grab a drink of water. Let's take a deep breath for the rest of us who, for some reason, might be talking to your workout. So, let's take a deep breath. And exhale, long, nice breath. One more time, follow along with me. Exhale. All right, so now that we're nice and relaxed for the next exercise, we're gonna go into some sort of mobility strength exercise. So there will be moments of rest like we did with the exercise before. So going into a downward dog. So my heels are off of the ground. It's totally fine if your heels are off the ground. I'm really pushing my palms into the ground so I can create that nice tall position where my neck can just kind of relax and hang. I'm going to then come into a plank. We've done this before. I'm not arched here. I'm tucked. I'm lowering to the ground and then placing my right hand out. I'm picking up my left leg and then pressing it on the ground, and I'm opening up my hips. And then I'm going on to the other side, like so. Then I'm going to push up back into plank. If this pushing up back into plank is too hard, you can just push up onto all fours, pick your hips up, and go back into downward dog. But for the rest of us, you can just push up into plank, come back into downward dog. That entire sequence, we're gonna keep on repeating it. So I want you, this is the last exercise, so get into some type of flow. Find a, something that's comfortable for you, for how long you're holding the plank, how long you're holding the downward dog, how long you're holding that hip opener, let's begin. So coming back into downward dog, nice stretch here. I'm coming into plank, I'm lowering, opening up our hips. I'm really pulling in that knee. So I'm pulling in or pulling out that knee. Come back up, back into downward dog. Take your time. We're not in a rush here, unless you are, but this is a lazy workout. So last one, make it count. Back into downward dog, and back to all fours, and into child's pose. So relaxed here. Coming back up. What we're going to do is we're going to do a thread the needle exercise. So I'm taking my right hand, I'm reaching it to the sky. I'm in this all fours position. And then I'm threading my hand into this open space. My left hand is pushing away from the ground as I look up to the sky. Get this nice twist. Come back up, off to the other side. I reach my left hand up, I'm looking up to the sky, and then I'm putting it through the space that I've created. If you want, you can take your right hand and wrap it around and touch your hip or your thigh, wherever you like. And breathe. Then come back up. Do some nice neck rolls with me if you'd like. So, rolling off to one side. Just rolling your neck around, your head around. Rolling your shoulders forward. So, I'd like to give thanks because it is a Thanksgiving workout. It is a seasonal workout. So, I'd like to give thanks for, I guess, YouTube and people in general who watch my videos. So, I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful that I even got on here and was able to even have the courage to put my videos out there, you know, put my content out there. And I want you to say a thanks to, because I know some of us say thanks on Thanksgiving, but you can say thanks on other days too. It feels really good to feel grateful, to kind of notice things that you have. When you say thanks, you notice the things around you that you are grateful for. So you start looking for things to be grateful for the more you say your thanks. So I recommend closing your eyes here, kind of thinking about what exactly are you really grateful for. You know, it can be as small as your pillow, or maybe just stepping outside the sun, or maybe it could be something big like your house. Sometimes we take oxygen for granted, or health. I know sometimes when you're sick, you know, you kind of wish that you were back to normal. So saying thanks here in your head or out loud. Take a deep breath in. And a long exhale out. All right, so that concludes our lazy festive workout, our lazy turkey workout. I hope you enjoyed this little movement video, and let me know, comment down below, like, subscribe. Tell me, is there any other workouts that you know that you'd like to see? I do all kinds of workouts. I'm open to anything. Dumbbells, bands, you know, chair workouts, beginner, intermediate, advanced. Let me know. I hope you have a wonderful day or evening or night, and I hope you really enjoy these holidays and say thanks. Bye.